It started like every viral storm does, quietly, then all at once. Someone, somewhere on the VH1 set, hit send. The footage wasn't polished. It was grainy, off-angle, likely captured on a crew member's phone. But it didn't matter. What mattered was what it showed, and what it implied. Amara La Negra was in a corner of the set's green room. No makeup, hair pulled back, breathing heavy, visibly shaken. She wasn't speaking. She couldn't. In the background, a voice, loud, aggressive, unmistakably male, was heard screaming something that instantly sent social media into meltdown mode. You think you're untouchable just because you cry on cue? Everybody sees through that fake shot, Amara. I see through you. It was Safari. It had to be. The tone, the inflection, the accent. Nobody else sounded like that. And if there were any doubts, they were erased 2 seconds later when the camera caught him storming out of frame, shirt half buttoned, sunglasses dangling, shouting, "I said what I said!" Then the video cut. That was it, just 14 seconds. But it was enough to turn the internet into an inferno. By the time the clip hit Twitter, it already had 3 million views. Safari exposed a justice for Amara. VH1 drama, unfiltered, all trending within. 30 minutes. Comment sections filled with shock, disbelief, and raw rage. Is this the real Safari? Because this ain't funny anymore. Amara deserves better. This is abuse, straight up. VH1 has some explaining to do. How is this man still working? Reddit threads dissected the audio. Self-declared lip readers tried to guess what Amara had whispered right before the camera shook. Instagram gossip pages exploded with speculation. Fan cams of Amara with slow, sad piano music started circulating, contrasting her radiant public persona with the broken version caught. In the leak, then came the fake receipts. A supposed production assistant claimed in a DM to a blogger that the fight had started earlier in the day, off camera, during a heated discussion about script rewrites. According to the alleged messages, Safari felt Amara was trying to outshine everyone and accused her of pulling diva moves when she requested a break after a heavy emotional scene. He snapped. Loudly, publicly, cruelly, and allegedly, not just once. "I told you," one viral and fake text read. He went off. It wasn't scripted, producers froze. Amara was crying and nobody stepped in. It was disgusting. But what really sent fans over the edge was a leaked audio clip that surfaced 6 hours later. It was crackly and faint, but it matched the voices. Amara could be heard sobbing softly. A woman, maybe a producer, whispered, "Just breathe. Baby, it's not worth it. Don't let him win." Then silence. Then footsteps. Then Safari yelling again from afar, "I ain't apologizing for nothing. Tell her to toughen up or go home." And just like that, the internet exploded again. People began digging through old episodes, past live streams, behind-the-scenes interviews. A 2021 podcast episode resurfaced in which Amara subtly mentioned how some men in the industry talk down to women like it's nothing, especially women of color. Fans were convinced she'd been talking about Safari all along. Gossip vlogger Ol Sippin with Sierra posted a 12-minute video titled, "This Ain't New," the dark history of Safari's on-set behavior. She pulled clips, interviews, anonymous sources. And suddenly, this wasn't a one-off incident. It was a pattern. Sierra claimed that several background actors on past shows had described him as ego-driven and impossible to direct when a woman's in charge. No names were attached, but in the world of online scandal culture, receipts weren't required. Belief moved faster than proof. You don't scream at a woman like that, especially not Amara, period. VH1 needs to fire this man before the season even airs. Instagram accounts began mass posting edits of Amara crying, overlaid with captions like, "Strong on the outside, shattered on the inside." The fans rallied. Influencers weighed in. Even some celebs low-key dropped cryptic stories. Lotto Sesaben posted, "Energy never lies. Protect your peace, sis." With a butterfly emoji and a fire emoji, interpreted by many as a show of support. But while Amara remained completely silent, Safari? Well, he posted something. And it only made things worse. On his stories, a black screen with white text, "People love playing victim for the internet. Fake tears get clicks." He added a crying, laughing emoji, then deleted the story 10 minutes later. But the damage had already been done. Screenshots flooded the timeline. The ratio was brutal. Fans were furious. So, that's your response? Gaslighting 101. This man is toxic. By the end of the day, a Change.org petition titled "Remove Safari from VH1 Sets Immediately" had 27,000 signatures. One comment read, "We're done rewarding abusers with screen time. Enough." And still, Amara had said nothing. No post, no live, no tweet. Her last upload was a promo photo for the show. Radiant, confident, glowing. The contrast with her tearful image from the leaked clip was haunting. Fans felt betrayed, not by her, but by the system that let it happen in the first place. She gave us joy for years, and now she's hurting, and nobody's protecting her. One viral tweet read, "We need to be loud for Amara. Louder than he was." The storm didn't stop. Headlines hit the blogs. VH1 under fire after explosive Safari meltdown goes viral. Amara La Negra fanbase demands accountability after on-set blow-up. Fake insiders continued dropping wild DMs. One claimed Safari had been warned about his attitude weeks ago. Another said Amara had considered quitting. There was even a rumor that a cease and desist was being sent to the gossip blogs, but nobody could confirm anything. The lines between fact and fiction blurred completely. By 10 p.m., the top post on Twitter was a clip of Amara from years ago, smiling through tears on a reality reunion episode, saying, "People think because you're strong and loud that you don't hurt, but I feel everything. I just don't always show it." Captioned, "She been telling us. We just weren't listening. And just when everyone thought the situation couldn't spiral any further." The original video got pulled. Copyright. Privacy violation. Gone from every major platform. Except, of course, the re-uploads. The damage was irreversible. And as fans braced for a response, a post, a live stream, anything, nobody saw what came next. Hours passed. Then a full day. Amara still hadn't said a word. No stories, no tweets, no reposts, nothing. And in a world that thrives on instant response, the silence felt deafening. Fans waited, hitting refresh on her Instagram every hour like it was a countdown clock. But the profile stayed still. Glossy headshots, behind-the-scenes smiles, pinned reels full of laughter. No hint of the storm currently tearing the internet apart, but the pressure was building, and not just from fans. A source close to production told an anonymous blog that Amara's team had gone into full lockdown. Her publicist reportedly advised her not to say anything yet. They were gathering details, monitoring the online fallout, and preparing for a formal statement. But behind the scenes, something else was happening. Friends were unfollowing Safari. Quietly, subtly. People who'd been seen laughing with him in past posts now had wiped their feeds clean. Stylists, makeup artists. Even one of the show's assistant producers removed him from tagged posts. Then came the Notes app. Safari posted it at 2:37 a.m., white. Background: black text, lowercase, centered like it was about to be read in court. "I want to address what's been circulating online. I won't speak on private moments taken out of context. What y'all saw doesn't tell the full story, but I never meant to cause harm or make anyone feel unsafe. I apologize to those hurt by what's being said. We all have moments we regret." No mention of Amara, no direct apology, no ownership. Fans tore it apart within minutes. Not him, apologizing to those hurt by what's being said like it's a rumor. Bro said a whole lot of nothing, not even a "sorry, Amara." We're done with fake accountability letters. The comment section was a war zone, and while some fans begged for context, most weren't buying it. Especially after screenshots emerged of Safari liking shady tweets earlier that night. Tweets calling the leak overblown, a setup, and clout bait. Even worse, he reposted a meme on his story the next morning. A cartoon, character crying into a pile of money, captioned, "Me watching y'all drag me while I cash the next check." And just like that, his apology disintegrated. Amara still said nothing. But that didn't mean she wasn't speaking. Around noon, her close friend and choreographer Nina Marquez posted a muted boomerang on her story. A photo of Amara's dressing room door, taped shut with a sign that read, "Do not disturb." Under it, a single line in white text. "They broke her spirit this week. Y'all don't even know the half." No tags, no context. But everyone knew exactly who she meant. Soon after, screenshots from an alleged text conversation between Amara and another cast member leaked. In the text, someone labeled Amara wrote, but the network only posted generic show promos. Nothing addressing the chaos unraveling across the internet. And when people noticed that one of the new trailers no longer featured Amara in a key scene, speculation erupted. Was she being erased? Or protecting herself? Instagram gossip accounts ran wild. On Wine with Nisha claimed Amara had gone off the grid, turned off her phone, and was staying at a wellness retreat. Others said she was considering legal action or ready to expose everything in her own way. And then came the cryptic captions. Amara's brand account, likely run by someone on her team, posted a black and white photo of her looking away from the camera, expression unreadable. The caption read, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than survival." The comments exploded. Is this her speaking out? "This broke me. She's hurting." "We got you, Queen. Take your time. We're not going anywhere." Fake DM leaks continued popping up everywhere. One claimed that a cast member offered Amara a chance to confront Safari in a closed-door mediation, but she declined. Another alleged that she recorded a tearful interview that would never air because producers were protecting the wrong person. As the internet waited for something, anything, more official, a moment of pure chaos arrived. Someone uploaded what they claimed was a second clip from the same day of filming. This one showed Amara walking off set, visibly distraught, with two crew members following her. Her voice, barely audible, could be heard saying, "He made me feel small, like I didn't belong here, like I was a joke." The clip was shaky, clearly not meant to be shared, but it felt real, raw, unfiltered. And that's when fans officially turned. This wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It had become a movement. Fan-led campaigns to boycott the show, calls to cancel Safari, hashtags like Spark Stand with Amara and Hot Not Just Reality TV trending globally. But even as support grew, Amara's silence remained. And that silence? It said more than any statement ever could. People started noticing that her comments were disabled on several old posts. Her Facebook went dark. And her Twitter profile, once full of affirmations and bubbly engagement, now felt like a ghost town. Then a tweet from Our Behind. Their union went viral. Amara is being protected. Because if she speaks, someone's career ends. Another, from Up the Twist Room, added, "The energy around her silence is louder than Safari's fake apology." Safari tried one more time to clean it up. He posted a reel, music playing low, his daughter in the background, him sitting in silence looking reflective. Captioned, "Growth isn't linear. I'm learning every day." Comments were turned off. Shares were disabled. And yet, the internet still found ways to repost, react, and rage. Using your child for damage control? How low can you go? He thinks he's the victim in his own mess. But what nobody realized, what no one was ready for, was that behind the scenes, the damage was far deeper than anyone expected. There was a second leak, but this one wouldn't be a clip. It would be something worse. Something that would flip the entire narrative, and silence only made things worse. The silence had created a vacuum, and nature, especially online, hates a vacuum. Into that space, chaos poured. Every friend, former, co-star, and industry peer who had ever worked with Safari or Amara suddenly found their names being dragged into the spotlight. Fans scrolled back years. Old interviews were rewatched. Throwback photos were re-examined. The internet had become a crime scene, and everyone was a suspect, a witness, or a co-conspirator. Where are her friends now? If you're still following Safari, you're complicit. Amara stood by so many people. Why is she standing alone now? Those were the questions flooding the timeline. And the answers? Messy. First, there was Trina, the Queen of Miami. Amara had shouted her out dozens of times. But after the leak, Trina didn't say a word. Didn't like a post. Didn't drop a comment. Nothing. Fans noticed, and when someone tweeted, "A silence from the so-called baddest is louder than any bar," The post got over 40K likes in 2 hours. Then Erica Mena, who had her own rocky past with Safari, tweeted, "Something vague. What you allow is what will continue. No names, no context." But it was enough. Blogs picked it up instantly. Erica throws shade at Safari amid Amara scandal. Erica breaks silence on viral meltdown, or does she? People demanded more. But instead of clarity, things just got uglier. By day 3, exes, stylists, old flames, they all started chiming in, whether directly or through sources. A former hairstylist who worked with Safari back in 2019 went live on TikTok. Let me just say this, y'all, only seen one clip. I heard way worse when cameras weren't rolling. Some of these dudes, they're only charming in the booth. Offset, whole different story. Then an old assistant who allegedly worked on a now-canceled pilot featuring both Safari and Amara posted a blurry photo of a call sheet with their names, captioned, "If y'all knew what really happened back then, this wouldn't be so shocking." The photo was reposted over 100K times. Reddit blew up with insider breakdowns, some real, most fake, but all believable enough to go viral. One post claimed Safari once told a female producer she was too emotional to direct men. Another said Amara had considered quitting her contract early but was begged to stay for ratings. The turning point? When a 2018 interview with Amara resurfaced, she was sitting on a couch, smiling but visibly tense. The interviewer asked her, "How do you handle it when men in this business try to belittle your emotions?" She paused, then said, "I've learned to smile through it. But I don't forget." Fans clipped that, looped it, posted it next to her crying in the leaked video, captioned, "She warned us years ago." And suddenly, Amara wasn't just the victim of a moment. She became the symbol of a pattern. Twitter split into factions. Team Amara flooded timelines with stories of her charity work, her motivational speeches, her support for Afro-Latina identity. He did nothing. Wrong emerged, pushed by diehard Safari fans who argued the clip was edited or taken out of context. But the most dangerous group? Industry truthers, anonymous accounts claiming to expose how fake, scripted, and manipulative the entire VH1 ecosystem really was. They posted scripts allegedly used on the show, suggesting the meltdown was planned. One account even leaked fake production notes claiming Amara and Safari had rehearsed an argument for emotional impact. Fans didn't know what to believe anymore. Then someone close finally spoke. Not a celeb, not a producer, not a stylist. Her mother, in a live Facebook stream, poorly lit, unfiltered, raw, Amara's mom appeared, speaking in Spanish, voice shaking, eyes full of fire. "My daughter has suffered in silence. This business tries to break strong women. They tried to break her spirit." The comment section lit up. Mama said protect the queen. If her own mom is stepping in, it's worse than we thought. This is beyond reality TV now. The video was viewed 3.6 million times in 12 hours. And with that, the tide shifted. A journalist from a major outlet published a piece titled, "The Amara La Negra incident is a symptom, not the disease." It detailed years of toxic male behavior on set, stories from anonymous crew members, and included a quote from a source allegedly inside VH1. "People like Safari think they're untouchable because they bring ratings. What they don't realize is, viewers are changing. They don't want bullies anymore." Networks started distancing themselves. Fast, Safari's next scheduled appearance on a promotional podcast was canceled due to unforeseen scheduling conflicts. A sponsored post he'd done with a fitness brand quietly vanished from their page. Even his booking link bio was suddenly inactive. Then came a curveball. A cast member who had stayed silent until now went live. Her name was Melissa. Not a huge name, but recognizable to fans of the show. She went on for 11 minutes. No notes, no script, raw emotion. "I was there. I saw what happened, and I can't stay quiet anymore." She described the moment after the cameras cut. Amara was sitting on the floor, shaking. Nobody moved. Safari just stormed out like it was a joke. And the worst part? Some people laughed. They laughed. She stopped, wiped tears, then said. Fans began asking, where was she? Was she safe? Had something happened? Then came the video. blurry, shaky, filmed from across the street. Amara, head down, hoodie pulled over her curls, oversized sunglasses masking her face, walking into what appeared to be a private wellness center in Miami. At her side, her mother gripping her hand, and two unidentified women, possibly friends, possibly security. Amara looked fragile, smaller, like someone carrying more than just the weight of scandal, like she was carrying heartbreak. No words were spoken, no press nearby. Just one line overheard by the person filming. She hasn't slept in days. She's not okay. That clip spread like wildfire. Amara checks into wellness clinic following explosive safari drama. Sources confirm she's emotionally wrecked. The aftermath we weren't prepared for. Then, a new rumor surfaced. A VH1 insider leaked to a gossip blog that Amara had refused to return to set, and producers were in a panic. Allegedly, several episodes were already filmed, and with her missing, entire storylines were falling. A Part.1 headline read, "Amara's absence halts production," and execs are furious. Another more sinister one said, VH1 trying to pressure Amara into returning, with legal threats. Nothing was confirmed, but by now, the public didn't need confirmation. They believed her, they feared for her, and they raged for her. At the same time, Safari was spinning out. First, his management dropped him. Then, a scheduled club appearance was canceled last minute due to unforeseen public relations concerns. He went live that night, against advice, clearly shaken. On the live, his eyes were bloodshot. The usual cocky smirk was gone. His tone, defensive, erratic. Y'all acting like I killed somebody. I've been doing TV for a decade. You think that Lil clip shows the real me? The comments were brutal. Hearts were replaced by middle fingers. Viewers begged him to log off. To stop digging? He didn't. Nobody want to hear about how she flipped. On me. Y'all don't know what happened off camera. You don't know what she said first. Within minutes, clips of his meltdown were clipped, reposted, mocked, and memed. Safari gaslights the world on live, cracking under pressure. This ain't even damage control. It's self-destruction. But the real blow came the next morning, a tabloid cover. Blurry photo of Amara in the wellness center parking lot headline. She begged them to stop filming, and they didn't. Inside the piece were unverified but explosive quotes from someone allegedly in the production team. Amara told producers she felt unsafe after the incident. She wanted to stop filming, take a break. They told her she was too emotional and blowing things out of proportion. The cameras kept rolling. That's when she broke down. They used it anyway. That line, "they used it anyway," broke the internet. A flood of fury swept across all platforms. So y'all exploited her breakdown for drama? Cancel the damn show. How many women have they done this to before? It was no longer about just Safari. It was about them, the showrunners, the network, the whole system. Then someone dropped the smoking gun. A screenshot of a call sheet dated 2 weeks before the leak, showing a scene labeled EP7, Amara Breakdown, post-argument fallout, Cam 1, Cam 2, body mic. On the implication, the meltdown had been planned. Whether real or faked, the internet didn't care. Blogs posted it with headlines like, "Amara's trauma was scheduled." This isn't reality, it's exploitation. By now, cast members were deleting posts, pulling promos, going silent. Even people who hadn't been involved, like Young Miami and K. Michelle, posted cryptic tweets, "Been told y'all how they play dirty behind the scenes." Reality TV don't protect Black women, it breaks them for profit. But just when it seemed like the fire had burned through everything, the spark reignited. Amara's hospital photo leaked. A nurse, now fired, snapped a blurry photo from outside her room. Amara, lying in a hospital bed, oxygen tube in her nose, eyes shut. Her mom by her side holding her hand. Captioned, "Emotional distress, dehydration, anxiety episode. She's not okay." The photo dropped at midnight. By 2 a.m., it was on every major blog. Hashtags trended in every country. Fan pages switched their bios to "Protect Amara at all costs." The collective mood shifted from fury to heartbreak and then guilt. Commenters flooded their timelines with regret. We watched it unfold like it was content, and now she's in a hospital bed. She was crying for help, and we were refreshing for tea. This isn't a storyline. This is someone's life. Even longtime fans of the show began to disown it. I can't support this show anymore. I'm done. All they know is trauma. All they sell is pain. VH1, now fully under fire, released a weak 2-line statement. We are aware of the situation involving cast member Amara La Negra. The network is committed to ensuring the safety and well-being of all talent. Fans weren't having it. They stormed VH1's social media. They tagged sponsors. They demanded apologies, accountability, resignations. The meltdown wasn't just emotional. It was systemic, public, permanent, and in the middle of it all. But what made it all land was Amara finally posting. No video, no notes app, no long caption, just a black screen, white letters. I wasn't silent because I was weak. I was silent because I was recovering. From all of it. The post reached 1 million likes in 2 hours. In the comments, fans, celebs, even verified accounts from other networks, all standing with her. You are the story they never expected. We love you, not your pain. You don't owe us anything. Thank you for surviving. Thank you for exposing it. Then came the bombshell. VH1's official Instagram went dark. Not a post. Not a reel. Not a highlight. Then, one story appeared. A typed apology. To Amara La Negra. We acknowledge the pain caused. We failed you. A full internal investigation has begun. Several members of production have been suspended. We are reevaluating our entire programming model. No one bought it. It was too late, because Amara had already changed everything. But just when the world thought the worst was over, another file surfaced, a text exchange. Not between Amara and producers. Between Suffery and another cast member. In it, he wrote, "Yo, I need you to back me on this. Say it wasn't that deep. If we both say it was overblown, they'll move on." They didn't respond. They leaked the message instead. And the caption they posted alongside it? You made her pain a play. I'm not your co-star anymore. The truth was out. No more spin, no more cover-ups, no more plausible deniability. They had exploited her, planned it, pushed her, and then broadcasted it like a highlight reel. And the world had watched and cheered until she collapsed. But now, the world was watching again. Only this time, with eyes wide open, and just when it seemed over, the final bomb dropped. The world had seen too much. And still, it wasn't enough. After the voice memos, the receipts, the breakdown, the betrayal, people weren't just angry, they were transformed. Something in the way we watched women break on camera, especially Black women, was now under a scorching, relentless spotlight. And Amara? She wasn't a footnote in a scandal anymore. She was the mirror. The reflection of an industry that claimed to celebrate strong women, but secretly banked on their pain. 3 days after the final leak, Amara posted again. This time, it was a video. No background music. No professional lighting. Just her, sitting, outside on a bench, the wind brushing her curls. Her eyes tired, but clear. She looked straight into the camera. I don't know what you expected me to say. Maybe you wanted rage, maybe tears, but I'm all out of both. She paused. I wasn't going to post. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to vanish into silence. But then I remembered who I was before the cameras. She took a deep breath. I'm not your storyline. I'm not your favorite scene. I'm not the drama you wait for. I'm real. I'm human. And for a while, they made me forget that. But not anymore. She didn't name names. She didn't point fingers. She didn't need to. She just ended with, I'm healing. And you can't film that part. The video shattered every platform it touched. People cried. People reposted. People finally stopped talking and started listening. Celebrities, networks, organizations. Everyone scrambled to show support. MTV pledged to review all reality production policies. Bet offered her a creative wellness grant. Netflix even teased a future docuseries, not about the scandal, but about her recovery. She declined. She didn't want another platform. She wanted peace. And yet the industry didn't stop spinning. A week later, Safari resurfaced. He dropped a podcast appearance unannounced, unpromoted, probably hoping to control the narrative with something raw and personal. But the damage was already too deep. The host asked him if he had regrets. His response? "I regret trusting producers more than I trusted my own instincts. I regret not walking away when I should have." No apology. No acknowledgement of Amara's name. Not once. He called the situation a lesson in betrayal. But fans weren't fooled. They clipped that part and reposted it everywhere, with captions like, "Betrayed? You were the betrayer." The only lesson you learned is that the cameras don't lie. Behind the scenes, lawsuits brewed. Amara's legal team went quiet, always a bad sign for the people on the other side. VH1 halted the season. Several producers resigned. Sponsors pulled out. And whispers began circling about other cast members preparing to speak out. The scandal wasn't ending. It was spreading. But amid the legal firestorm and social media chaos, Amara did something unexpected. She disappeared. No stories, no new posts, no sightings, nothing. Her account stayed up, but untouched. Fans speculated. Some said she moved to the islands. Others claimed she was living with her grandmother. A few even believed she was secretly recording a tell-all. But most, they just hoped she was finally breathing again. And then, out of nowhere, came the twist. A small podcast, hosted by two women in Atlanta, uploaded an interview titled, "We used to work for the machine. Now we're exposing it." The guests? Former VH1 editors. For 42 minutes, they pulled the curtain back on everything. We were told to cut Amara's scenes to make her look unstable. We were told to keep Safari's outbursts because they tested well. We were told breakdowns get better clicks than breakthroughs. They said the quiet part out loud. Pain was part of the business model. And just like that, the scandal, now months old, caught fire again. New hashtags rose. Break the machine. Protector reality. Narrative, not tradings networks everywhere scrambled to release public pledges about emotional safety, production reform, and mental health protocol. But nobody forgot what happened. Nobody forgot Amara. So where is she now? Nobody knows for sure. Some say she's writing. Others say she's just resting. A few say she left the industry altogether. And maybe that's the point. Maybe we don't get a "where are they now" closure. Maybe the most powerful twist is that she gets to disappear on her own terms. Not canceled. Not broken. Just free. Still, the internet won't let go. Every week, someone posts, "Anyone heard from Amara?" And under it, thousands of replies. Hope she's at peace. Hope she's healing. Hope she's never coming back, unless she wants to. Because this wasn't just a scandal. It was a reckoning. A mirror held up to an industry that sold pain as entertainment and called it reality. Amara La Negra didn't just survive it. She ended it. And whether or not she returns, to music, to screens, to the spotlight, one thing is certain, this story changed everything. But is this really the end, or just the beginning?